A brief message from your friendly neighborhood editing Jordan. We tend to try to keep things pretty PG-13 around here, but this is an improv podcast. So, who knows what we're going to say. Sometimes we throw in some swearing, some sexual content, and some violence. So, as a general warning, viewer discretion is advised. Also to be noted, the opinions stated about a certain tabletop role-playing game are just that, our opinions. We love the game and we like talking about it. So, any criticisms are really just all in good fun. That being said, wizards, please hire us. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get on with the show.
Huh?
You can't hear him either, right?
No.
His mouth is moving and nothing's happening. There you are.
His mouth was moving and nothing was happening, but I don't know if he was doing a bit.
I think your Zoom is doing the thing again.
How?
Was it, or was he doing a bit and is gaslighting us?
I never know.
Okay.
It's not on. Tell you what,
Yeah.
I can increase my own volume, so take
Yeah,
that.
that fixed it entirely.
There you go. That'll do it.
I was saying I'm not doing the bit again.
I didn't think you were doing the bit again. I was just confused while you were talking and there was no sound.
I was also confused by that.
You said you weren't doing it again, so I was afraid that you stopped mewing.
Happy 2024!
We're off to a great start this year,
Things go
guys.
terribly wrong.
I'm going to
I'm
Mogwarts.
sorry!
Get mogged.
It's not your fault. Don't apologize, Jordan. Anyways.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Nat One Podcast, aka Nope, because nope, you're not going to want to hear what we're about to have to say. I'm Pertuset.
I'm Levi.
And I'm Jordan.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Nat One Podcast, everybody. This is we're just going to be completely transparent. We've decided this is our
transparent.
Yes.
This is our second time recording this episode because the first time we recorded it, the file disappeared into the netherverse of the internet, never to be seen ever again.
It refused to convert, and then it just kind of went poof.
So it's gone. The original's out there somewhere. But yeah, no, we kind of just did like this is what's going on right now. This is how we're doing. Welcome back to the podcast. That was kind of what the episode was. So we're going to do that again.
It's actually mostly about the death of fandom culture.
True. Strangely enough, we had a big tangent about that, which honestly I wouldn't mind talking about again. So
it's a good topic.
Something fish, something.
We don't talk about the fish.
Oh, I remember the fish.
I unfortunately remember the fish.
Yep.
Which is you've raised your hand.
What?
The fish?
No, I just raised my hand.
No.
I like doing that from time to time.
Yeah.
I don't normally see myself except for when we do these on Zoom, so.
It's really, I raise my hand whenever we're playing D&D over Discord and nobody can see me. So whenever Arlo interrupts, just know the mental image is.
Wonderful.
I can't help it. I know you can't see me, but I still have to do the.
There are two words, at least as far as I'm recalling right now, that have been ruined for me by our content. One of which is when I was playing Genshin and I told Levi and Taryn to look at Nahida's footprints in comparison to those of an enemy character. And Levi just went, "It disappeared!" And so now every time I hear or speak the word disappear or disappeared, I want to say it in that exact cadence.
Yep.
And also just Taryn's name. I think of Ashlyn when we were playing Lethal Company and he walked in there. Taryn! She was so distraught.
It's because unlike TJ, Taryn is Ashlyn's friend.
Yeah. God. I do not support the furtherance of this bit. It's a bad bit. It's a bad bit.
This bit has existed for like 2 months now, and he hasn't supported it the entire time.
No, it's
hilarious.
Actually, it's been longer than 2 months because it was
like October.
It existed since Ren Fair, yeah, because Ren Fair was like when we started poking fun at it. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I don't know. I'm a little wishful. I flip-flop between.
There are good bits and bad bits, and that is a bad one.
Hot cheese.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. It's come back around.
Yeah, and now it's hot
Um,
cheeselet.
I
Taryn. See? I want that on a soundboard as well. That'd be great for us because we say that very all the time, like a disappointed Taryn sound.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Or a celebratory
Oh.
Terran sound.
T-
That
Occasionally.
doesn't exist.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know if it does exist.
It's like how Timmy in South Park says Timmy, but it's Taryn.
Timmy.
Well, I don't think I've ever been like Taryn. I don't. Yeah, that sounded strange. I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah, I
I've
know.
done that.
I do it from time to time, but not in like an excited way. I'll do this thing where whenever Taryn and I are playing a game together or with other people, randomly, if I get in danger, I'll just go, Taryn, help me, Taryn.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's exasperated or
Danger
like
Taryn.
dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Strange tangent to start with though, but this is supposed to be talking about time.
No nostalgia 2024.
It's my favorite spice.
Time. But
I
with
think
a
that's
G.
an herb.
Yeah, whatever.
Where's the G?
What?
See, now I'm thinking about our Elden Ring episode where we found herbs. Herba. It was
They
called
found
Herba.
Herba, and then Pertuset said that just looks like a typo. It's supposed to say herb. And
was
so then
supposed to say
both of us
herbs.
laughed like idiots at it for like 20 seconds.
Or maybe
Yeah.
it's supposed to be herbs and they missed the S key.
That's what
No,
I was saying.
I think it's supposed to be Herba.
But it says Herba, but I thought it was just an S. So it's the Herba. And technically, because we don't know that it's supposed to be like herbs, it probably is supposed to be pronounced Herba.
Gross.
You
I hate that.
got a problem with Herba?
Yes.
You don't like the British pronunciation?
No. Herbs
Flat.
and spices.
I have a coworker that speaks British English, and I always make fun of him for it.
With a
Ew.
British accent, or just intentionally uses the British version of the words to be pretentious?
Well, she is natively from India, so she was taught
Oh,
British English,
okay.
but she speaks with an American cadence.
Oh,
Complaint retracted then. I like to make fun of the people that like very much sound like they're from like California, but insist on using the British pronunciation from things. It's very funny to me.
I just try to correct her. I always just go like, no, do not say Z. Do not say lift. Do not say flat.
Ew.
I know.
ugh.
We get into fights about it all the time. It's very funny. There was one day where we were just yelling at each other. I was going Z, 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 and she was going Z, Z, Z. It was really funny. But I'm not allowed to be nostalgic. I need to forget everything.
No nostalgia.
Yep. I don't even remember I don't remember because I'm not allowed to be nostalgic about
No
things.
nostalgia, Levi.
No
So
nostalgia.
I don't remember what got us on the no nostalgia train last time we recorded. All I remember is Pertuset rambling about how nothing has changed since 2020.
That was
in
the
pop
thread that got us
culture.
on the no nostalgia. No nostalgizing for pre-2020 and just like 2020 in general.
Because he's trying to start a new epoch.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In which we're popular.
Well, I'm trying to make change, not a miracle.
I believe in us.
It's good someone does.
Well, you know what they say, produce it. The greater the yep.
Yeah, uh-huh. Karen.
The greater the chance of failure, the greater the miracle. That's what it was.
True. If we bet on 0,
Exactly.
the house wins.
Yeah.
If Taryn bets it all on 1, it becomes a crit.
It could
Yes.
happen. Yeah.
He doesn't even have to bet all of it on 1. Just bet on 1.
It would be funny though.
I just realized that I made roulette in D&D, but
Yeah.
the only thing missing is bet on evens or odds, and that's red and black.
And you gave it to the person with a gambling addiction.
And he's already used it exactly as a gambler would.
Yeah.
Sent several thousand gold down the drain with no return on investment.
Well, I
Well, he
got
got a
some
little bit of return. He
return.
got like, what was it, like $500 back?
But you
Yeah.
didn't once hit a
But he-
jackpot.
But he spent like 3,000.
We also let him loot the dungeon.
We
Yeah.
did.
Oh.
We did do that. But that was probably just wasting all of that money that was in the dungeon to allow him to loot it, because it'll be gone by the end of the campaign.
I mean, it also just increases damage, so
I do wonder if you will actually. Okay, so for context, we're talking about it a lot now, so we need to explain this to the audience so that they're not just sitting there wondering what the hell we're talking about. For context, audience, in our D&D campaign that we've been playing for a long time, Pertuset, the story for Taryn's character, that with an NPC that he was friends with, culminated in Taryn getting this magical item, which basically he can spend money in combat to up his damage, and also he can pick a number, and if he rolls that number naturally, that's his crit number instead of 20. So he could make a Nat 1 a crit. He could make a Nat 5 a crit. He could make a Nat 13 a crit. He gets a 1 in 20 chance. He just changes what the crit number is. So what I'm saying is, I wonder if you're actually going to get it to work at all before we end the campaign, because we're level 17.
I don't think so.
We gotta
But
do
we-
some serious
Crazy.
probability testing.
You have to do it once, right?
I would hope so,
I
and I hope it's like
hope.
really cinematic and it happens at like a key moment.
It's just repeated 1 of 20 chances, technically.
Yeah, but
And
what
what's the
are
one
the
that
odds of
happens
that?
that it turns someone to solid gold? What's that one?
Wha-
Is it if you bet on
there's
20?
nothing in there yet about it.
It's only if he gets the killing blow on
Oh, you
someone,
killing blow. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what it was. That's
and they turn into gold that he just takes.
Also, it should be mentioned the NPC that he received this from was King Midas, like the Midas touch Midas. So it
Yeah.
like it makes sense narratively.
But yeah,
It's cool.
that's where the
It's
gold
very
part
cool.
comes from. Yeah.
Thank
Yep.
you. Yeah, I was.
We love
updating
Iris's
their
special
stuff.
bear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rest in
Which
pieces.
you may be happy to know, I now have. I'm pretty sure every stat block we'll need to end the campaign.
Yo.
Oh.
The only thing I don't have is maps, because after what happened with Dylan, I'm never making a map again until the day of the session.
That's funny.
Wait, what happened with Dylan?
Because he did his crazy stuff with the orc leader, and so
Yeah.
like I had a map made, but instead of actually engaging them on their territory, he did the guerrilla warfare tactics that caused them to
yeah.
come to him.
We had to ping pong around. Worked very well in our favor.
Insanely effective, yeah.
Yeah.
Just awful for spending 30 minutes making a map that's not used.
It made the Gut Rippers fight far easier than I expected it to be.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a major boss, and it came out as like a trivial combat.
Which really goes to show you, like, yeah, it like makes sense why we struggled so much in Vietnam. Anyways.
Yeah. But no, the stat block I just finished was Demeters. So
Oh God.
Mm.
I'm scared.
Yes,
She's
it
gonna
is a
kill
god.
me.
it's
I
tough.
mean, not with that attitude.
It's a
Okay,
fun
she's
one.
gonna try to kill me.
Now I want to use it because it's so cool that I made it, and I'm like, wow, this is so good.
I mean, she has
so
ample
good and
reason to
busy.
try and kill us.
What? She does?
No, I
Maybe.
can't
So
imagine.
funny.
See, I think narratively it's really cool because like she's got like a lot of hurt, but also she's got springtime stuff that do what Persephone fight did, but worse.
Oh no.
Which would be
boy.
so fun.
It's gonna be the deer all over again.
It's not quite the deer, but there's healing into exhaustion stuff, and I'm like, that's so fun. But again, but it's worse. It's not quite. It's more exhaustative
Mm-hmm.
than what Persephone's was.
Cool.
Ah,
If it works the same, sucks to be low health. If it doesn't, oh,
it sucks to not get hit.
yeah.
In this case, but enough about all that. This is no nostalgia, which I guess we are succeeding at because we're talking about the future instead of things that
Yes.
have yet have already happened.
Vivia 3.
Precisely.
Mhm, yeah.
Yep. I mean, we already did a bunch of talking about Bibia 3 last night. I just said Bibia 3.
Bibia, I do believe that we should quickly surmise the whole anti-nostalgia thing that we have going for the audience.
Yes.
Darren, could you explain that to him?
No.
Aaron doesn't want to be nostalgic about it.
Taryn doesn't want to be on the podcast.
Yeah, I don't
tonight.
want to reminisce. I don't want to reminisce about it anymore.
Well, not reminiscing. This is like a recollection of information for the sake of dissemination of that information.
Because Jordan's computer broke the Zoom.
I don't know. It's your idea.
I just need you to tell them that it seems that culture has stagnated since 2020 due to the fact that nobody has really been invested in anything beyond what was peak interest in 2020, such as the Legends of, or not the Legends of Vox Machina, but Campaign 2 of the Mighty Nine from Critical Role.
That's right. He kept
saying and Fantasy High.
I forgot about that.
Fantasy
Pertuset
High.
kept saying Campaign 2 of Critical Role like 6 or 7 times.
Or about the fact that the last D&D book that anyone liked was Tasha's, which came out in 2020. Or the fact that the last anime that anybody likes and takes after is Jujutsu Kaisen, which came out in 2019 or 2020, except for season 2, which then people liked because it was a continuation of something like that from the thing that they originally liked. And other popular fandom medium stuff. Can you just tell them that, Taryn?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, tell them.
Refer back to the last minute and a half of the podcast.
But could you also tell them about the fact that we were briefly discussing that roguelikes and indie games also seem to have stagnated a bit since 2017, since there hasn't been like really foundational roguelikes since about Hades and Skull and Dead Cells as well.
And we didn't get too far into that one, actually. We could probably talk more about that one since we didn't do it that much.
No, that's okay. And we could also, could you tell them about how we also talk about video game culture is kind of stagnated as well since the Game Awards this past year?
Yeah.
With a lot of not very interesting conversations and most things being sequels, i.e. Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Tears of the Kingdom, which isn't a number, but it's a sequel nonetheless. Could you tell them that too, Taryn?
Yeah, sure.
All right, thanks. Darren.
Oh, does this mean that I get to go on my streaming rant again?
No, yeah, streaming services. We hate them.
Well, could you tell Taryn to
no?
Yeah, Taryn, can you explain about my rant that I had about streaming services and how streaming services, particularly one in particular, keeps greenlighting these amazing shows with wonderful and diverse casts and interesting new stories, but they don't actually ever get season 2s because they do the first season and they don't get Stranger Things numbers in like the first 5 days of release. So automatically they just get canned right out the gate, no matter how well it was received by the fandom once people actually watched it, because it takes more than like a month for people to find stuff on streaming services, especially when you don't effectively market your products. Can you tell them that?
What am I looking at?
I don't know. This isn't my streaming service rant, Taryn.
What is going on? I'm blind. Oh my gosh.
Don't sit in complete darkness and this won't happen.
If I had a better lamp, I would use it.
Do what I do. I swear it's better for you.
I'm not in complete darkness. You just can't see it because the light is behind the monitor.
Now, Levi, could you tell Taryn to tell the audience about the other streaming rant about how they chop up shows and don't put them in, make it hard for everyone to watch because like season 3 is on Peacock, but seasons 1 through 2 are on Netflix, but then seasons 4 and 5 have been like half cut up and put onto either piracy websites or High Dive.
Oh, and also
why don't I just tell them about
that? I was gonna say, can you tell him about my spreadsheet too, please, Taryn? But I think he doesn't want to.
Well, who cares if he wants to?
Taryn, tell them about my spreadsheet that failed, unfortunately.
This is why we have an intern.
Such a cool project.
I don't like this bit.
I tried to get you out of it like 2 seconds ago, Taryn, but they just talked over me, so.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Also, award shows. That was also a problem.
Well, yeah, the Game Awards, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got on that with the Game Awards and all the stuff recently with like what was it, the Emmys or the Oscars?
Greta Gerwig was robbed.
Yeah.
And the holdovers. The
The
holdovers were robbed.
Grammys.
I don't know anything about the Grammys. I think it was the Critics' Choice was the one that people got really mad at, where I'm Just Ken won over What Am I Made
Taron
For?
Willis's Timer.
Yeah, I was also seeing that. I was like, what? He is screwing around right now, man.
Taron's
He's
timer
in a silly,
is
goofy
running.
mood.
Controls are disabled. What the heck?
Why am I not signed in on Zoom?
Timer is running.
Okay. What happens when it gets to 0, Taron? What are you gonna do?
The timer is running.
This is not an episode of Roleplay Radio.
You are not an NPC with only one program phrase.
Yeah, I feel like that sums up our conversation the last time pretty well. We spent a long time looking at D&D books and being like, did anything come out ever?
Yeah. Stuff did. It just wasn't as interesting or game-changing as Tasha's was for a while.
Oh, also people like sexy vampires. That was the other thing. Sorry, continue.
True.
What?
It's true.
Well,
that was in the D&D. Well, I know, but that was in the D&D conversation.
It was?
Yeah, because we talked about the Legend of Vox Machina and the Briarwoods are hot.
The Briar. Okay. Did Fizzbands comes out after Tasha's?
Yeah.
Yes.
I liked Fizzbands. I liked Fizzbands a lot.
I liked it, but I don't think the community as a whole glommed onto it as much as Tasha's.
People liked it all right, but it also came out not too terribly long after Tasha's. It was like 2021.
Yeah.
So it's like still in that epoch.
So like we stayed up until it dropped to read through it, but other people were like, yeah, that's a thing that happened.
I'm just like, it's still part of the popularity of the time, and also it didn't beat Tasha's either in terms of its popularity, is because people were still like, hey, D&D's cool, but you know, as the years can keep going on after 2020, people are like, D&D is not cool. You are a nerd if you like it again. You suck.
Always have.
They didn't in 2020. In 2020, everyone was like, oh my gosh, I love having hobbies.
No, I was referring to myself.
Oh. We're talking about Kafka again?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was hard finding a line for Kafka.
We've decided, Pertuset and I think that we should have like an After Dark Nat One.
I'm concerned about what that would entail.
We talked about really bad things,
funny,
but for a really long time.
Funny. We kept it going for like 2 hours. Like we could get content.
We cleared the whole cast.
We did. We went through all of them.
All the playable ones so far, anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, we could have like dabbled in the unplayable ones so far, but we were like, eh.
So yeah, that keep your eyes and ears out for that, audience. Perhaps, maybe After Dark.
Honestly, our After Dark is just us streaming and playing games together because we have zero filter when we do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. It haunts me.
And yet you don't watch it, so you do not know.
But when we're streaming and playing
Possible
games together,
deniability.
We're not like going out of our way to say those things, though. They're just coming out. Last night we were talking about it specifically. We were going into it. That's what After Dark would be.
Mm-hmm. What is the line? We don't even need After Dark.
What is the Ningguang threshold?
We just need like a series called What's the Line?
Yeah. What?
And each episode is a new franchise.
Yeah, that would be really good. That would be really good.
Wouldn't it?
Oh.
Because we didn't even actually go through What's the Line for Genshin necessarily. We did the Ningguang threshold, but that's different than the line.
But we didn't do the line. Now, the Ningguang threshold came up during the HoloLive stuff with Ashlyn.
Yeah.
Because of Rui.
Yes.
Anyways.
Jordan, could you explain to the audience the Ningguang threshold?
Yeah, can you explain the Ningguang threshold?
It's a thing.
It's not really. It's more like a concept.
Yeah, it's not a tangible.
All I know is that they played Marry Kill with HoloLive characters last night while I cleaned off my hard drive.
Why
Characters.
did you drop the F-bomb? YouTube doesn't like that anymore.
You ruined it by breaking the veil of secrecy that we had going on. This is your fault. It's bad now. No views anymore.
Jordan's breaking my immersion.
Exactly.
Good. I'm just gonna bleep myself saying the word.
You did it again! That's more work for you.
Here, Jordan, you want more work?
Let's
Do
get
not
Ashlyn in the
say-
call.
Do not say what you're gonna say. I'm just
Look
gonna
what you
go-
started.
That wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Yeah,
I thought he was
definitely
gonna say
not.
something much worse.
Yeah.
What at one point we talked about the triangle shirtwaist factory thing again. Was that
Yeah.
for a different reason? Why did we talk about that again?
Taryn
don't
wasn't
know.
feeling it.
I'm always feeling it. What do you mean?
Oh,
You weren't.
I remember I was saying that you were like that's your thing is you like disasters.
Yeah.
And then I said we should do an epic rap battle of the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire victims versus the Radium Girls. That's
Mhm.
right.
Yes, and I think that would go hard.
It would.
And I said we should have done the girls versus the factory.
That's right. That's
And the
right.
factory just falls on them.
Mhm.
Yeah, because on March 25th of 1911, 146
Oh, yeah,
immigrant
yeah,
girls
yeah, we
died
get
in
it.
the
Yeah,
Triangle
we know,
Shirtwaist
we
Factory
know.
fire. Yeah, of course. Everybody knows. It's common knowledge.
Taryn forgot when 9/11 was.
Shut
That
up.
group is
You
also from like
forgot.
2020
You forgot. Never forgetting. You
Taryn
forgot.
forgot.
or maybe like 2019. What was that group
Easiest
called
one to
again?
remember. It's the easiest one to remember because the name of the event is literally the date, and you forgot.
But
I
the
did-
important one, Taryn, do you remember the Alamo?
Yeah, I remember the Alamo.
That
That's
was
a Pee Wee
nostalgia.
Herman thing.
That was nostalgia.
It's a Pee Wee
Quit it.
Herman
Quit it.
thing.
That's nostalgia. Bad.
I
Hmm.
can't be nostalgic for the Alamo. I've never been there.
You don't have to be
You
there.
haven't
to be
been there?
nostalgic for it.
No, I just like Pee Wee Herman. Who died last year?
Yeah, but don't be
Pee Wee
nostalgic.
Herman.
Yeah, he died last year.
Yeah, you
Paul
asked
Rubens.
who died last year.
No, I said that's who died last year. One of the many people who died last year.
Who died last year?
Pee Wee Herman
Paul Rubens.
Okay.
and Ting Yun.
And the Queen of England?
That's true. That's
Was
true.
that last year or was that the year before?
No, I think that was the year before, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
When did the racing guy die?
What?
Who?
The one that played with Vin Diesel.
She died in 2022.
No, I'm pretty sure it was a guy.
The Queen. The Queen
The
died
Queen
in
of England was a
2022.
guy?
Anyway, who
Yeah,
are
the
you
Queen of
talking
England
about?
was in
Sorry,
Fast
the
and
racing
Furious
guy?
8.
Who's the racing guy?
It's the guy.
Vin Diesel?
I
No,
don't
he's
remember
with
what his
Vin
name
No,
Diesel.
Vin
is.
Diesel's
I know
not
who you're
dead.
talking about. I just
Fast
don't remember
and
what his name
Furious.
is.
Bob Saget?
No.
No.
It was-
I wonder.
Paul
This is
Walker?
awful.
Yes. that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
This
did he
is
die
the
again?
opposite of no nostalgia.
He died
Exactly.
in 2013.
So is that like a few years ago or is that last year?
That was like 2 years ago.
It's over 10 years ago.
It was like 2 years ago.
Epochs. This is what happens when you get nostalgic. People really be out here posting stuff being like, oh my gosh, 2013 was 10 years ago. PewDiePie was 10 years ago. Stuff like that. And I'm like,
Thank God, let's leave him there.
I'm just here like, there is no such thing as a year anymore. It's groups of 3 years. It's like a season.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Levi's blinking rapidly like it's like I'm not making sense.
I think you're losing your mind.
Did I ever have one?
Well, it's
Look
like the
back
same
at
thing,
things
like-
I've said.
Like individual months aren't really real. It just kind of goes by seasons. Like, yeah.
I think both of you have lost your minds.
Well, think
Like-
about it. Can
like-
you name a single thing that happened in 2015? No. But you can think about things that happened from 2014 to 2016, like Five Nights at Freddy's.
And then 2017 on was a different thing.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
no.
Mm-hmm. And now we're in the 2020 on season.
Yeah. And it's like, and I think maybe like 2020 to 2023 was the thing. I'm kind of hoping that 2024 is its own thing.
Yet to be
Well,
determined.
it's like how January through March is like one big month. Basically.
I don't know what she's talking about on the month part, but I'm for real on the year part. Taryn, what do you think?
I gotta get new friends.
I don't know, man.
It just
I
makes
don't know
sense.
what you're talking about.
This
anymore.
guy's trying to change what a year is. This one's trying to change what a month is. This one doesn't even know.
You're so crazy for that. You didn't point at anyone for me.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah. This guy's not. He doesn't even have the right Zoom setup.
Mm-mm.
Time's not
You're,
real.
You're just screaming into the void right now.
Does it scream back?
No, that's the point
I'm
of the
not
void.
crazy like you guys, so no.
I'm not crazy. My mother had me tested.
There is no void. You guys are so nostalgic.
That implies there was a void at one point and it has since ceased to exist.
For
I'm
choosing
in
killed
the
it.
void.
Nuh-uh. I'm implying that they're referencing literature that is famous for saying something about a void.
I was
You
referencing
are?
the Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
What?
Bazinga.
Bazooka.
Bazongers.
Season 8. Haven't watched any more. But you know what I did watch?
Young Sheldon.
Yes, but that's aside from
Did
the
you
point.
watch Young Sheldon?
I did watch all of Young Sheldon in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I thought you watched that first.
Yeah, I did.
Big
I
Bang.
did.
What else did you watch?
I watched all of the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You.
Oh, I
Face.
thought we were gonna do that for Peanut.
I mean, we still can. I tell you what, though, man, the ending goes so awfully hard that, and
It's- yeah.
I was sitting there watching it last night, and I said to myself, he had at the end of it 7 girlfriends, I think, at the end of season 1, and they were setting up. They were doing a quick setup where they were doing a flash of the girlfriends he's gonna get in season 2. And it was like 5 more girls, and I was like, I saw them doing that. I was like, no way they're doing this right now. And as they were doing it, I was like, I'm in for a penny. I'm in for a pound. Show me season 2.
It's so
I'm
funny.
ready.
How would you
why
have
I
the
wanna
emotional
watch it.
capacity to have 100 girlfriends?
You gotta watch it,
You gotta
Jordan.
watch it
point
because
of
that's
the
explained.
show,
That is
Jordan.
explained.
It's a deconstruction of the harem genre.
And it's genius.
I don't know if it's a deconstruction or not.
It's a satire at the very least of the
Yeah,
harem genre.
I'll give it that. Yeah. It's definitely a satire. Yeah, it's a
do have a
satire.
good satire.
Mhm.
And the music goes
I'm
hard.
Just waiting for the the Westaboo girlfriend because that is a thing I've seen from the manga. I'm waiting for her to get in there.
No, it looks like next season's gonna have the gamer girlfriend, the tomboy girlfriend, narcissist girlfriend,
Yep.
second quiet girl. I don't know what her thing is. She was on screen for like a minute.
I
Like a
don't
second.
remember.
Maybe she'll be crazy.
Maybe. A lot of them are. There was one more.
How could you not be when you have to compete with 99 girls?
Crazy.
Well, so
I miss
far
those
they only
ones.
got 7, I think,
locked
or
me in a room.
6.
The
A rubber
manga
room.
right now
A
is
rubber
up
room
to
with
like
rats.
25
crazy.
or something like
Jordan,
that.
quit being nostalgic. Now, tell me how you feel about the fact that you'd have to be competing with your own mother for the same man.
Yeah. The best one.
What the? What?
It's so funny.
I would never be in that situation, so I can't tell you how I
You
would
know,
feel.
I didn't think this main character was, or I guess this character was going to be, but she is by the end of season 1. Season
Okay,
1,
but-
by the way.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I personally will never be competing with my mother for a man. So
And yet you have a father, a man you both love.
This
Or
is how I
Rob.
let you know that your mom is joining the D&D group.
I also caught
No.
up to Shangri-La Frontier,
Oh yeah.
which is the SAO we were promised and never received.
Oh yeah.
It's the most this is a game show I've ever seen in my life, and it's amazing for it.
Okay.
They're doing a raid boss fight right now, and it goes so hard. They literally have to memorize his attack patterns. It's great.
Oh.
That's cool.
The one thing, though, is I was screaming at my screen because they had reviving stuff because they were like, okay, we're gonna do this boss. We have 27 things to revive ourselves over the course of it, or we lose. And they said like 14 of them only revive us with half HP, right?
Mhm.
All of the guys' hits one shot everybody. And they were using the insanely expensive full heal revives before the half heal revives.
Yeah,
No,
why
I
would
feel
you
like
do that?
I feel like if you want to maximize your potential in the fight, you're going to wait to use the full health ones when the boss's HP is lower, because then you'll have more HP, thus more than likely ensuring your victory in the fight because you can war of attrition better.
I mean, maybe. I'm just saying that, like, if all of his attacks one shot kill you, why would you use the more expensive stuff on this boss fight?
That too.
Just use the cheap version.
Also, if all the shots one shot kill you, why are you fighting this boss?
The boss is a weird mechanic where he's level 200, but when you enter his fight, he sets your level down to 50, no matter what level you are.
Ooh.
It's a test of skill more than a test of, I don't know, grindiness.
Oh, okay. So it's one of those games that has the sweat players who dictate everything about the game.
Kind of. It's really interesting because it's a VR game, and because the way the game, like the way they do it, is like your actual body motions determine what your character does. So it's determinant on how skilled you are as a gamer, straight up, is it plays a major factor rather than just
So
your
it's
like level and
DDR, but
stats.
worse.
What?
No,
No, what?
not remotely.
I was just hoping that would be startling enough for something to happen.
Yeah, you success.
Discombobulate.
I also caught up to gushing over magical girls, which is peak.
Yes, it's so good.
I have no idea what that is, but I've heard everyone being like, it's the best thing ever.
We're watching it.
It is incredible.
We're watching it for our weekend get-togethers.
That's what I've been done saying. It's
Is
fantastic.
it material for that, or is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it
Yeah,
is.
it is.
Okay.
Oh,
well, good to
nobody
know.
watched that show. Nobody watched that show. Only we watched that show. Like you're not allowed. I'm forbidding you to watch this show because it's not good. It's awful. Like in the content way. Please don't watch it.
What is it on?
I don't know. I've been
Don't say
finding
it, if
it
you don't
a
want
different
people
way.
to watch it.
Which is
No,
how I
but it
watch
is
all my
just-
shows.
It is just actually peak though.
This is the
It's-
great pirate era right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
R5 means Death was canceled.
Solo leveling is finally happening.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, I need to actually watch it.
I'm caught up on that as well. I'm just not as blown away by it as I thought I would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's slow in the beginning.
It's been aight.
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah,
watched any of it at all.
it gets better in later chapters. So
The name makes sense.
yes,
It's interesting. It has an interesting premise.
Is he leveling solo?
yes,
Yeah,
Oh wow, when'd you look at
yes,
that?
he
I
do
know.
that.
This is really funny. I have to do quick spoilers. He's solo leveling, not because he's leveling solo, but because he's the only one that can level,
Yeah.
Okay.
which is really funny.
I see.
It's not what I expected at all.
Well, that is an interesting concept.
Do you think it's an allegory for... Never mind, I'm not going to finish it.
The 1%?
No.
The bourgeoisie.
Depending on you, though, it might take up 1% of your body.
What?
Cancer?
Taryn.
It's not fair.
Audience
Quit
knows what I
doing
was
that.
saying.
I know what
doing
you're
that.
saying, and I don't like it. Let's move on.
What are you talking about?
That's pretty much all that's coming out right now. Of course, there's Freerun that's still ongoing, though.
I love Freerun.
I think I'm down an episode on it. I think I still need
Shot.
one to catch up.
It has shot up to probably my number one place ever. I really like it
Wow.
a lot. It's nice. I'm always happy. Like I'm not even excited to watch Freerun. I'm happy to watch Freerun. I'm not over here like, yeah. I'm like, I feel good that this episode came out today. It makes me feel all right.
You don't have to watch Freerun. You get to watch Freerun.
Yes, actually, that's
That's a
kind of what I
privilege.
feel like. I love every single episode. And last episode they ended on a cliffhanger again after ending the episode before that on a cliffhanger. So yeah.
How do you feel about the parody that every free run episode goes like this and it's the hot dog thing?
What?
Have you
Like
not heard that?
The hot dog comic that you sent to the Discord last night?
No!
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, I'm glad it wasn't me.
What do you mean by the hot dog thing?
Did I not describe this to you guys?
No!
Hot dog
Oh.
magic.
I saw a really funny parody edit that was like, this is literally how every free run episode goes. And it was free run walking towards Stark and Fern with 2 hot dogs on a stick that were poorly photoshopped into the scene that was actually from the show. And it was her saying, like, here's some hot dogs on a stick, Fern and Stark. And they were like, wow, I didn't know they still made these. And she was like, you know, they used to make them long ago. And then it was her having a flashback with the group of heroes that she used to be with. And they were like, man, I love these hot dogs on a stick. They say you only give those to the people you love. Here you go, Freerin. And it was Himmel giving her one. And she goes like, thanks. And then it was just a flashback back to her. And she was just like, wow, these really were hot dogs on a stick.
I fully thought you were talking about the hot dog magic comment.
No.
Yeah, you ruined it for me because now I am associating that with the hot dog magic comic.
That's fine, but I really like the Freerin parody edit because it did feel like 80% of their episodes were like that. The only ones excluded were the ones that had any actual antagonism.
I'm trying to think of the last time we had a Freerin funny haha flashback to the Heroes Party. I don't think we've gotten one for a good minute.
Yeah, because we're in a new arc. We haven't really seen one in a little bit.
What is the
No, that's a
arc?
lie. We got one at the very beginning of this arc.
Oh, that's right.
We're in the Magic Academy now. Terry.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that
That's
arc's
right.
really
We
good.
It has been so far.
It's
I'm very excited for
great.
next
It's
episode.
not very hot dog on a stick, so I like it.
But yeah, we
I'll
got
take
the
like one
that
hot dog
was-
on a stick, but
she
come on
was
now.
with the she was with the will they won't they brats who are both in school together, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but she was doing something, and then I don't remember what happened, but it somehow flashed back to Himmel doing a thing.
Hot dog on a
Because
stick?
he's him. Oh,
Wasn't a hot dog on a stick. He is him.
oh.
I don't
is
think he
actually him.
is.
No, he is, because he's not him. He is him. He is the
Nah.
ultimate Giga Chad. The prophecy said you're not the hero of legend destined to defeat the Demon King, and he did it anyways.
Himbo.
He is him. He's not a himbo. He's quite intelligent.
Don't like his haircut.
Is he Kenough?
He's
Yes.
definitely Kenough. He definitely was. And Freeman is just now realizing that 20 years after he died.
How must it be like? I don't know if we know if he had any children or anything at all. Like, what would happen if she did fall in love with him? But they split ways or something, and then he had a kid that looked just like him. Would we have some weird thing going on? Are we going to have a weird thing going on?
I don't think so. I don't think
I
he
I
had
don't want the
any
doubt
answer to
children.
that question.
I really doubt that they would do that.
I don't think he had any children. I think he was in love with her the entire time, because I mean we've gotten several mentions of like he literally proposed to her, and she was just so stupid and oblivious that it didn't work out.
She is a very talented mage. How dare you call her
She-
stupid?
Well, she's very talented as a mage, yeah, but she's stupid in a social sense.
You can be
Mm.
stupid and a moron.
I
And
love
also very
Freeman. She's
smart.
my favorite character in the whole show.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, despite her intelligence, she's kind of dumb when it comes to like interacting with others.
Yeah.
Kind of like Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory.
In a sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
I was expecting more fight for that.
Well, I mean, you're
I
just
know.
comparing them both having a similar mental situation. Their personalities really aren't that similar beyond that, but that is a thing they share, yeah.
Do you think they'd be more similar if Star Trek existed in Freerin?
I have no
Maybe.
idea.
I don't know, man.
Maybe.
I wonder
I
sometimes.
feel like there are more defining fandoms in Sheldon Cooper's personality than Star Trek. Like, it's one of the big ones, but there
The
are
Big
ones
Bang
that are
Theory.
more important. The Big Bang Theory.
I don't know if there is. I think Star Trek might be his biggest.
Well, okay, but do you see him wearing Star Trek shirts more often or The Flash?
True, but do you remember who his personal heroes are?
Professor Proton?
Why are we getting into Big Bang Theory trivia right
because
now?
the Big Bang Theory is very important to me.
Because they won't stop talking about it.
I am Sheldon
damn it.
Cooper.
Professor Proton, Leonard Nimoy, and his good friend Will Wheaton.
No.
Well, he has a love-hate relationship with Will Wheaton.
They've been good friends for a couple seasons now.
It flips back around.
Also, he likes Zachary Quinto a lot.
Yes.
Does Freeman like Zachary Quinto?
I don't think Zachary Quinto exists in Freeman's world, so probably not. No.
It's hard not being nostalgic, guys.
Yeah, no,
You know what other-
I've not been following along with the whole no nostalgia thing the entire
No,
time.
it's hard.
I've just not been talking about it.
Half my personality is talking about Firefly. I don't know how to not be nostalgic.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's another thing I have in common with Sheldon Cooper.
You Firefly or nostalgia?
Firefly. They make
I don't
Firefly
know.
references in Big Bang Theory.
Why is Taryn making the Taryn noise?
Because why are we talking about the Big Bang Theory?
'Cause it's funny.
Still? It's not.
That's why it's funny.
But okay.
It's the 40K God of what laughter style funny.
Bazinga.
Yeah, we've reached that point. I need to rewatch that series. Is it still on YouTube?
What,
I
the
don't
Big Bang
know.
Theory?
I think everything up to the point that Games Workshop was being anal and taking everything down is still up, but I don't think they added anything after that, obviously, because they said they were stopping.
Okay, good. I do need to rewatch that. That show is goated. That's one of the best web series of all time.
The Lizzie Bennett Diaries?
No, it's what if the Emperor from Warhammer 40, the humankind Emperor
Oh,
from
that
Warhammer
one's
40K had
The
a
Emperor
text
had
to
a
speech.
text-to-speech device.
That one's good. I wouldn't say it's better than the Lizzie Bennett Diaries, but it's up
It
there.
is.
It's so good. The
Yeah, it's
gods
still all there,
saying
yeah.
Bazinga.
It's still all there, yep.
Oh, good.
It's such a shame that was like one of the closest to last episodes too.
Yeah.
Okay, they hear me out. The Lizzie
Bazinga.
Bennett Diaries has William
I'm
Darcy
not hearing you out.
saying Bazinga.
I'm not hearing you out. I do
I
not
really like
agree
this web
and
series.
cannot be persuaded.
It's the best adaptation of Pride and Prejudice.
I will discover that soon.
Other than what? Okay, there's also another really good adaptation of Pride and Prejudice, Parks and Rec, which sounds not correct, but part of the plot of Parks and Rec, I swear to God, is just pulled straight from Pride and Prejudice. Leslie Knope is Elizabeth Bennet.
I have no idea who any
And
of these
Ben
names
Wyatt
are.
is Darcy. I swear, there's logic here.
This is
You're
why I don't want to be
Charlie Day
nostalgic.
conspiracy boarding right now.
We can't have
Also,
these conversations.
Hold up.
Oh,
I need everyone to be informed right now that Gura is streaming in 7 minutes and the name of the stream is Pals Are Stored in the Balls. Anyways,
yes. Oh, I'm very well aware. I've been awake for like 2 hours and I've had nothing but that on my mind.
I just want everyone to be aware of that. That's a thing that's happening and also dating the exact moment in time that this podcast is being recorded.
Do you know how
Assuming this one
conflicted I
doesn't get
feel?
absorbed into the ether.
Yeah.
I love Gimbus, and I love that title of that stream, but I don't like Pal World. Everything inside me hurts.
Isn't that the new Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's better than Pokemon.
Oh yeah, we talked about that too. Taryn, you want to tell
Did we
the
talk
audience
about
about
that
that?
last time? Taryn, do you want to tell the audience about that one? Okay, I thought you actually did this time.
You sounded passionate about
it.
You started
did-
saying something.
You did. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
What?
How dare we
Okay.
include you in our
What?
podcast?
Okay. What do you want to talk about, Taryn?
What?
I don't know, man. Okay.
Is that it?
Yes.
Oh, that's it, everybody.
All right.
Good night, everybody. Hey, We hope you enjoyed the episode you just listened to. If you really like our content, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications on YouTube, and look for us on Spotify. If you'd like to see us continuing to do more fun projects in the future, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can find our page linked in the description above all of our other social media links. And finally, if you'd like to keep up with the zany shenanigans of our lives and check out some more skit-based content and things like that, check us out on Twitter and TikTok, links in the description. And hey, thanks!